If you had all the money in the world, if you were rich, but you had to do something, you still had to work, you could not go on vacation, what would you choose to do? What would you like to do if you had all the money? And you ask that question, you think, well, if I had all the money, then I would like to do this. And then another thing you can ask is, what if you only had 5 years left to live? Or 10 years? You say, if I only had a short time left to live, what would I want to leave behind? What would I want to leave behind? What would I want people to say about me? Here's a very important story. They studied the 500 owners of the fastest growing businesses in the world. And they asked them, why did you choose this business? And all of them said, I choose this business because I really loved the product. I wanted the product for myself. And so I developed it for myself. Like the founder of eBay was looking for a way to sell his candy dispensers. He had a collection, and there wasn't anything, so he created a little auction site on the internet at the beginning, and then he found he could sell other things in an auction. They built eBay, one of the most successful companies in the world. But he started it because he wanted it for himself. So you'll always be successful if you create the product or service because it's something that you want and believe in for yourself.
I would love to know, according to you, what makes a top entrepreneur?
Well, there's lots of research recently on the qualities of wealthy entrepreneurs. The first quality of all is hard work. The 85% of successful entrepreneurs say that the reason was because of hard work. The second was because of self-discipline, is they were able to discipline themselves to work on their most important tasks all day. The third was persistence in the face of resistance, difficulties, setback, failure, loss, and so on. So if you took those three, they would be 90% of success. Is first of all, hard work. Second of all, self-discipline. Third of all, persistence.
What are your triggers to be disciplined every day? How do you do that?
Well, the starting point is to plan every day in writing on paper. If you do not have a written plan, then it will be like driving on a slippery road. You will go all over the road. The second thing to realize is there's only three things you do each day that account for 90% of your value. We call these the big three. Sometimes I teach it as the law of three. There are three activities that account for 90%. Everything else you do accounts for 10% or less. So you have to ask yourself, what are the three most important things that I do in my work? And then you have to discipline yourself to start with the most important task and work on that task until it is complete. And it's a very simple principle, but it is the beginning and the middle and the end of success. Decide on your most important task, begin immediately, and work on that task with self-discipline until it is 100% complete. In life, it's a very simple principle, but all success comes from completing tasks. It's not from working at tasks, it's from completing tasks. It is only when you complete tasks that you are successful. You make a list of all your work before you begin, and then you ask, if I could only do one thing on this list, which one activity is the most important? And then you do that activity, only that, until it's complete.